chiquititos, and welcome back to tiny, 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 tiny tingles, 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 tingles. So today I am doing an updated house plant. I'm really excited to show you guys some new plants and all the growth that I've gotten since then. So I've said this before, I have a really terrible soft-spoken video, so I hope that it's okay that I'm doing soft-spoken. I think I do get a little bit carried away and a little bit excited, so don't mind me for being a little bit too loud. But I hope that you guys enjoy it regardless. So please, 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 please sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, get comfortable, 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 and I hope that you enjoy this video. Okay, so the first plant up is the fuzzy petiole. I've had her, I believe, for a few years now, and she has not been doing the best. She kind of grows very sporadic and kind of out of control, but her leaves tend to be on the smaller side, so I decided to chop her up, put her on a moss pole, and she's been doing so well. This is the newest leaf that I've gotten, and then we have a new leaf unfurling. She used to come up super tiny or very damaged, and now she's just so much happier. Honestly, I don't know if putting her on a moss pole is what helped her, because there's like a tiny bit more humidity for her, but she's doing so much better and she looks beautiful. And then on these little cups I have my melanochrysum. Now this one I think is another one of those plants that needs a lot of humidity, and I unfortunately do not have that here in my house, so I chopped her up as well and put her in these 4 little cups. Some of them are doing a lot better than others. As you can see, this one here, there's hardly anything, but I do have hope. She doesn't have any root rot, and her leaves are coming out very small but still there, so I have a lot of hope for her. And I just did this actually not even a week ago, so yeah, maybe in a couple of months I will have a full established plant, but we're gonna hang on in there. Here is one of my favorite plants. I think I said this in my last video, how much I loved my micans, and look at her. She is just gorgeous. The shape of the leaves, the texture of the leaves, the way that she comes out almost like pinkish reddish, and then she just turns to this beautiful dark green. I just love her so much. I have a few of these in my collection. This one is on a moss pole because I'm hoping for bigger leaves, and I mean, they're not very big, but compared to where she started, I think they're growing super well. But yeah, such a great plant, so beautiful and so easygoing. And then next to her is the newest plant in my collection. This is a begonia maculata. This was actually a very late birthday gift from my brother. He gave me a gift card from Lowe's, and I saw this plant and I immediately had to get her. She has been on my wish list for some time, and to be honest, she has been struggling a bit. She lost a few leaves, that's why it's kind of empty right here on this stem, but she has grown some beautiful leaves. So I think it's just her being new to the environment, and I think she's getting used to it because, like I said, she has just so much growth. We have so many growth points there and so much new leaves. So yeah, she's just beautiful. My first begonia, and I'm very excited to have her. Okay, so I had to move some things around. Next we have a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. She actually got a haircut not even a week ago because she wasn't giving me any fenestrated leaves. She was giving me a ton of growth, but they were just kind of coming out like that. Very simple plain leaves with no fenestrations. I actually put the cuttings in this cup right here, and that is just trying to encourage better growth. I did put her, I moved her from the living room here to this spot, which she gets a ton of light, and I'm trying to keep up with the watering, but yeah, I'm just trying to encourage new growth. I have faith in her. I really do think that she's going to produce some fenestrated leaves. So it's only been not even a week, so we're gonna keep on trying, and hopefully by the next plant tour she is bigger and better. Okay, so now we're moving to my plant shelf, which holds most of my plants in my collection. So let's start down here. This is my Monstera splitipacana, I believe is what she's called. She also just got a haircut recently. I've gotten to the point where, like, if a plant doesn't look good, I'm gonna chop her up and try to fix her, and she got that last week as well. She has already given me some new growth. She has a ton of roots, that's why she's in this big pot right here, and I think her propagations are in that same cup that I showed you before. So she looks great so far. She doesn't look like she's struggling at all. I think she needed that cut, and yeah, I'm really excited for her. Next, back here we have my philodendron, my heartleaf philodendron, which has grown so much since the last time I showed you. So last time she made it above the window, and now she's all the way over here. So I need to pin her up against the wall because she's already growing pretty long. But look at that. And she just stays here. I don't move her. She gets watered. She doesn't get showered, which she desperately needs some because she's very, very dusty, but she's doing great. And yeah, she's making my room look like a jungle, which is my dream. Back there we have my, what is this, Mandula pothos. She just got repotted because she was growing so much. She was also trailing, like she had one vine that was really, really long, so I cut that up, and I didn't propagate it. So I was pretty proud of myself because I used to take every little cutting and propagate everything, but she's doing great. She looks great. I love her so much. Back there is another plant that I chopped up. That is my Monstera adansonii. She was not doing so great. She kept growing new leaves, but they came out really, really damaged. So I decided to just chop her up. She does have the stems in there, so that's why I didn't throw that part away, to see maybe something will come from there. But her cuttings are right here. So I took the best part of the leaves, and she's already giving me roots, and I only chopped her up last week. So I think she's gonna do great, and I really think that she appreciates the nice haircut. And then here I have my global green pothos. This one has grown just like the mandula so much, but I've decided to chop it up and not propagate. I'm kind of running out of room, so it's just easier for me to chop them up, but still so beautiful. One of my favorite pothos, and yeah, she looks perfect in one of my favorite pots. Next to her we have my philodendron Brazil, which has gotten so many haircuts, and she's just growing so much. This girl does not contain herself. She is so easygoing. She grows so much, and she's just so beautiful. Look at that leaf. I am so obsessed. She is one of my favorite plants, and one of, for sure, the easiest plants that I have. And then here we have my neon pothos. This is a plant that I got many years ago, and just like my heartleaf, she is growing and growing and growing. I have to, of course, pin her up as well, because she is just so crazy. She doesn't stop growing. I love her so much. She does give me a little bit of variegation, and yeah, she's just great. And again, just like my heartleaf, she stays there. She doesn't move, and just does so well. And then here we have my string of turtles, which if you saw my last video, you saw in a little tiny turtle pot, and now she's in a so much bigger pot. She's grown so much. She actually likes it better when it's like a bigger pot where she can kind of like grow across it, because they're kind of like, what do you call this, like crawlers. They like to crawl in the ground. So she really has appreciated this pot so much more than the little turtle pot. The turtle pot was very cute, but this just looks so good. I am so happy that I was able to put her in a wider pot. She has just grown so much. And yeah, she's great. Super easy, kind of lives on neglect. So if you want a plant that you really don't have to pay much attention to, this is your girl. String of turtles. And then back there is my my philodendron lemon lime. Kind of like the heart leaf, but it is a more of a neon color. And just like the rest of my plants, I have had to chop her up, and she just does so well. She's giving me so much new growth, and I honestly feel like I chop her up maybe, I don't know, every 6 months. She's just out of control and so easygoing. Okay, here we have a plant that I got, I believe, on Mother's Day of this year. My cats got to it, as you can see, but this was actually a cutting that my husband got me. He thought he was getting me the Monstera elbow, and in his defense, he did, but this is the Standeliana Monstera elbow, and she came as like a 2-leaf cutting, I believe, and she very quickly grew this long stem. So I decided to chop her up and put the cuttings in soil with the mother plant, and they haven't been doing so well, the cuttings, but the mother plant has just been growing so well. Look at how beautiful her leaves are. Such an easygoing plant. We have some new growth right there, and honestly, for a plant that I really didn't have on my radar, I am so happy to have her in my collection now. She is just so beautiful, and I really hope that her cuttings do well, because I kind of want to cut her up and make her a little bit more fuller. So really hoping maybe next time I will put them in water instead of putting them right into soil. But Monstera Standeliana. Okay, and then behind we have a Epipremnum pinnatum elbow. This is another cutting from a plant shop on Etsy, I believe. Or was it a cutting? No, I think it was actually a plant that had good roots. It wasn't a cutting. I actually got 2 of these little plants because the first one they said wasn't like up to standard, so they ended up giving me 2. And honestly, she is such a beauty. I do struggle a little bit with her leaves unfurling. She does get stuck, and the leaves come out a little bit damaged. But I do have a cutting on a moss pole that I will show you in a bit, and that one is doing really well. This is kind of just like my safety net. If something happens to that cutting, I have more here to start over with her. But she's a really beautiful plant, and yeah. And then next to her, I have my Cebu Blue pothos. Again, this one struggles with the unfurling. I did give her a little bit of a haircut, but I wasn't so daring with her as I was with the other ones. I think I'm gonna go back and do that and actually give her like a better one, because I do still see a lot of damage. I do have safety nets. I have some propagations in a cup, so if something happens, at least I have those to fall back on. But I've seen so many people with this plant, and they are just so beautiful, and I really don't know why this one isn't growing for me like that. It just struggles. There's no pests. I've checked her for pests, no root rot or anything like that. So I don't know if it's maybe too much light or what, but she's looked worse. She does look a little bit better, but I still struggle with her quite a bit. And then next to her, I have my satin pothos. I don't know her scientific name still. She could be Agerius or Exotica or something. I call her satin pothos because that's the common name, and she has grown so much for me. I did have her in my last house plant tour, and she just looks so cute in this pot. I did struggle with her at the very beginning, but she's looking so good, and I am so happy to have her in my collection. Okay, so here is my big mama. This is my Hoya pubicalyx. In my last video, if you go back and watch it, you will see how much she has grown. She is just out of control. She is so big. She gives me the biggest leaves that I've seen on a Hoya pubicalyx. Like, look at that. She's just so great. She was one of my first Hoyas, and I'm just really impressed by her. Every time I water her, I have such a hard time because she's so heavy, but she loves it up here. I kind of neglect her a little bit. I don't water her all the time, and she does get a lot of south facing light. Okay, sorry, my son came in, but she does get a lot of south facing light, so she gets a lot of light during the day, and she does get a little bit of sunburn, as you can see. Or what is it called? Not sunburned, it is sunstressed, and it is this really dark color, and I think it's beautiful. It's such a pretty color. But yeah, Hoya pubicalyx, such an easygoing plant. I highly recommend this for beginners, especially if you're starting off with Hoya. She has not flowered for me, but I have high hopes. High hopes. Then next to her is my Hoya Crimson Queen. She's another Hoya that I had in the last plant tour video, and she has also grown so much. She's on a trellis and hasn't flowered, but still beautiful, is giving me these big leaves. I'm so grateful for her. And the other day I actually thought she had a pest. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's so gross, but I kind of like tried to nick it off with my finger, and it smelled like chocolate. It wasn't a pest, thank God, but I'm assuming that when she does bloom for me, they will smell like chocolate. It was such a big hint of chocolate, and I'm so excited to actually see her flowering and actually smell them. So yeah, Hoya Crimson Queen. So next we have a new Hoya, which I have shown you guys in my what I got for my birthday video. This is a Hoya polynerva. She is also known as the fishtail plant, and oh my god, she is just so beautiful. I am so excited to have her in my collection. She was a gift from my sister, and she has grown so well. She was actually in the second part of the shelf, but I wanted her to be with her two sister Hoyas, and she just looks so great, so cute in that little pot. And yeah, one of my favorite plants. Wish list for sure, and she's just doing so well. I love her so much. Such a beautiful plant. Next we have my Enjoy Pothos. She's grown so much since the last time you guys saw her. She just got a haircut as well because she did have a very long vine growing. She's doesn't really get big leaves unless it's just my plant, but yeah, her leaves stay kind of like baby size. They don't grow that much for me. I think she looks super cute. I like the fact that she's like so stationary, and I love her coloring. Such an easygoing plant, and yeah, Enjoy Pothos. And then she is next to my Marble Queen, which I have now on a trellis. She has given me so many half moons. There's one. Here is another. She's just such a good easygoing plant. If you guys saw my last video, I think I talked about how much I chopped her up. I was going to give part of her to a neighbor that was moving away, and then I gave her, I think I gave like 5 plants of her to family members. And yeah, I chop her off all the time because she's just out of control, but super easygoing plant. And then next to her is my Golden Pothos, which looks very small from the last time you saw her. I just chop her up. I abuse this poor plant so much. She just grows so crazy, and like I said, I don't have that much room in my house anymore, but she still does so much. She started giving me this really pretty variegation as well, so I'm actually really happy that I chopped her up last time because I love that color on her. She's kind of by herself because I did move my monsteras to the living room. But yeah, she's doing so well, and she's just a trooper. I love her. Okay, so by the window we have my Philodendron micans. This is another cutting that I had in a terrarium that I kind of took apart. It was a very tiny plant, and I put her in this party favor pot that my son got. It's actually a little water bottle, and she is just doing so well. She's grown so much, and like I said, she's one of my favorite plants. Look at how beautiful that leaf is. She's so easygoing. I have her in, like I said, water, but I've also grown her in moss in the terrarium and in soil. So She can really grow anywhere, and she grows super, super fast, and she's just so beautiful. If you want something easygoing and you're kind of like tired of just seeing the golden pothos, I highly recommend the Mycans. I think they're pretty common now. You can find them in any big box store, and they're just such a beautiful, beautiful plant. So highly, highly recommend this. Okay, so these guys sit on my windowsill, but I moved them because the light is so bright. So this is a cutting that my son found at the theater. It was on the floor and he brought it home. I had one that I had stolen from the mall, or cut it from the mall. I shouldn't say stolen, but I cut a little piece of it from outside the mall, and mine died. It completely croaked. And my son ended up finding a little piece of this one at the theater, like I said, and it's doing a lot better than mine was. We have some new growth there. This little piece right here isn't doing the greatest, but I'm trying. I just suck so badly at succulents. He built this little thing himself and named the plant Collie, like cauliflower. So this is his. I take care of it. It's doing okay. Right here we have my variegated bear paw, which I think you guys saw in the last video. She's doing really good as well. I chopped her up, put her in 2 different pots, and she looks great. She's so much fuller now, and she is so cute in this little pot. And then next to that I have my regular bear paw, which of course again I cut up. I have 2 cuttings of her right here, and I have the mother plant in another window, which I will show you in a bit. But super, super cute and easygoing, lives on neglect, and yeah, they get really, really dusty because they're very furry, but so, so cute. So while I was moving my succulents, I forgot to show you this right here. This is a cutting from the Marble Queen, but the variegation is very different. A lot of people like to confuse this one and call it a separate plant. I think it's the Snow Queen pothos, but apparently it's just a Marble Queen with higher white variegation. But I cut it because I kind of want to plant just to grow this color. It might revert, who knows, but yeah, it's just a cutting from my Marble Queen. And then in here I have some propagations. I think I have some string of turtles, string of coins, and some wet sticks. I'm not sure what I have, but it's probably my Cebu blue. So yeah, that's what I have in there. I don't know why I forgot to show you, but yeah, Snow Queen and some propagations. So next are some stone plants, some rock plants, I believe, some lithops. I got these on Mother's Day, and they're kind of freaky looking, which I love. I really don't know how to take care of these. You're supposed to like not water them, but this one looks very wrinkly, and that I think that means that they're thirsty, so I might give this one a little water, and if they die, I am so sorry. But I think they're super cool looking. Some people don't like these, but I think they are super, super cute. And they've been looking like this for, I want to say, a few months now. I haven't touched them since I think Mother's Day, so they are very, very easygoing, and I think again they look super, super cool. Here we have a few more lithops. These I think look exactly the same since my last video. Nothing has really changed with them. One of them looks a little bit better than the other, but I really haven't done much to them. I think probably put them in a bigger pot, which is not even that big. It's a little Animal Crossing pot. But yeah, they look way different from these, but they are basically the same plant. I just think that these are a little bit more juvenile. But yeah, super cool looking. These kind of look like booties, like little butts, and these look like brains to me. So such a cool looking plant. So the last plant in my room is the mother plant to my bear paws. She was very, very leggy, and I decided to chop her up. I gave some cuttings away to my sister-in-law and kept a few. This one looks a little bit crazy. I do need to clean her up a bit, but they live on my windowsill. I don't water them. They kind of just sit there, and they're fine. They do so, so well. This one has a little bit of sun damage, I think, but still, like, I have made so many babies with these, and they just continue to grow. I'm gonna actually water them today. but they are super easy going. Bear paw succulent. So next I have my ponytail palm that I got for my birthday, I believe a few years ago. She sits here on my husband's side of the room. She gets a ton of light. She does sit in a south facing window, but she's doing really well. When I first got her, my cats attacked her. They just really liked how stringy, I guess, she is, and they nibbed at every end of her, but here they can't reach her. So besides that, she looks great. She does have a little bit of damage, but she's doing really well. She does have a lot of roots coming out the bottom, but I think that these tend to like being snug in their pots, so I still have quite a while to repot her. But she is so cute. Didn't think that I was gonna love her as much as I do, but yeah, such a really cute addition to the collection. So here I have a pot full of pothos and philodendrons. The pothos has some marble queen, some golden pothos, and I believe some neon pothos. They really don't get watered because they don't get a whole ton of light. These were all in my terrarium and they're doing pretty well. And then in the philodendron one, I have some micans, some Brazil, and then some regular heartleaf. I don't think I have any lemon lime, but again, just like the pothos, she doesn't get watered and she's doing okay. From living in a very high humidity terrarium to getting like no water at all, no light at all, they are doing really well. So I kind of wanted to showcase more plants in my living room, so these are just the perfect plants because they really don't need a lot of attention. So okay, so to end the plant tour, this is my favorite corner in my living room. I got a lamp and a grow light for Mother's Day, I believe, and I moved some plants over here. So starting off, we have my ZZ plant, which is doing so much better than the last time you guys saw her. She's grown so much. She really likes the extra light here, and she really has a lot of space to grow. Right next to her is my snake plant, which I just moved a few weeks ago. She's already given me some new growth. She hasn't really changed so much from the last time you guys saw her, but I think she's gonna do a lot better here. Next to her, we have my regular Monstera deliciosa. She has not grown a whole lot, but she has given me some fenestrated leaves, which I do appreciate. I really hope that she does a lot better over here. She has a lot of room to grow and she gets pretty good light, so I'm hoping for the best. Here is my drama plant that you guys saw last time, my croton, and as you can see, she has so much more color to her. She's grown so much. Look at how big that leaf is right there. And I think now, since it's kind of going into fall, I think that's why I'm starting to get like some red and yellows and oranges on her. I'm just really excited because she's always just been green to me, but she's looking so much more colorful. I really do think she likes this spot. And yeah, she's just, for being the most dramatic plant in the world, she's doing really well. And then back here we have my Epiprimum pinnatum that I have growing on a moss pole. These leaves are so much bigger than the ones that I have in my bedroom. This is just one stem and it starts all the way down there. She's grown so much. I've extended her moss pole and I need to get more moss, but she's doing really well here, and I'm really excited to keep seeing her grow and for her to give me some big leaves. These leaves also can be fenestrated, so I'm really excited for that. Okay, so last but definitely not least, my Monstera Thai constellation. This is probably top 3 in my houseplants. I love her so much. This is a new leaf that she just unfurled, I want to say a few days ago, and it was a lot smaller yesterday, so this will for sure get bigger. She's just so beautiful. She's so great. I don't struggle with her at all. She does kind of brown for me here and there, and as you can see back there, there's a little bit of yellowing, but other than that, she's done so well. The bottom leaves down there were grown in my bedroom, and then when I moved her over here she started getting these bigger, better looking leaves. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep seeing her grow. I kind of want to chop her up to kind of have two of her, but I don't think I have the guts yet, but hopefully soon, very soon. But yeah, they are just my favorite things to look at whenever I'm sitting down on the couch watching TV, and it is my favorite corner of my living room. Alright everyone, so that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys are plant collectors yourselves and what is your favorite plant in your collection. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much as always for all the love and all the support. I appreciate you so much. I will see you guys all in the next video. Have a good night, sweet dreams, and bye-bye.